Yo, what's up, it's Fliz. Today we're going to be doing the Black Ops 7 Ashes of the Damned Easter Egg. I will be showing you how to beat the boss easily and not go down once, and get a free Juggernog. Our first stop will be at Blackwater Lake. First, you will need to be getting the stun grenades from the specific room. I would recommend leaving around round 2 or 3, just to ensure getting in the lowest round possible. Once you're ready, get Ted's head, install him, and let's get to Blackwater Lake. Once you're in Blackwater Lake, turn the power on. It's pretty easy. This guide is really just for people who are struggling with Easter egg. So first you need to grab this container of whatever from the kitchen. What I recommend, since you need a combat axe, is doing the combat axe champion, or whatever it's called, the bullseye champion, just to 1, get some salvage, and 2, so you can get this combat axe. You will need the combat axe for one of the steps. Once you're done with the combat axe step, go to Van Dorn Farm. Once you're at Van Dorn Farm, put that jar of mysterious whatever it is on this horse. Within 2 or 3 rounds, you will have to pick it up. Next, just turn the power on like normal, then turn on the switch, and this is the first part to the free Juggernog. It's just a jar of something. Essentially what we're doing now is we're literally just getting everything that we need for the serums. Right now I'm picking up the Juggernog jar, I guess we'll just call it. And so what we need with the combat axe right now is you need to throw the combat axe on this dude's foot. When we throw at his foot, it should fall down. Right now we can't do anything else, but it's okay. We need to go to Ashwood. Once we get to Ashwood, we need to pick up the Molotov that will be right in front of Voltesi when we park her. Luckily, the Molotov will always spawn there. Every game, just same thing with the combat axe, since there's the little side Easter egg. What I highly recommend is doing time trials. But for now, we're just turn on the power, flip the switch, and then we need to install Pack-a-Punch into Tessie. After we get Pack-a-Punch, now I highly recommend getting the crossbow as high as you can, gold rarity, Pack-a-Punch, whatever, depends if you're using gums or not. Right now we're going to go back to Ashwood so we can get the second part to our free Juggernog, which is a little plant to the right of the Warden Walleye. That little marksman rifle or sniper rifle. It's just a little plant there. It's very hard to miss. So I'm showing you now. Hopefully, I'm sorry if you don't get this later in game. But let's go to exit 115. What we need here is a key. How we get the key is by killing a zombie, who is just the cook. The cook gives you the key. You open up the freezer, and then you get the I believe it's the abomination faces. But let's get our last part for the free Juggernog. It's a carton of eggs. It's gonna be above this camera. Let me shoot the camera. So once I pick it up, you just go to the machines, which have, the goods like 7-Up and all that. All you do is just interact with it, mix it, and after a few seconds, you should be able to pick it back up, and you should just have your free Juggernog. There, free jug. You're welcome. Alright, so once you get your key, which should literally just be either the same round or the next round, you just interact with this freezer like near the gobblegum machine, and then just install it into Tessie back at Ashwood. So what we're gonna need with the amalgam, whatever it's called, no, not amalgam, the other dude, I forgot his name, Magwar. But what we're gonna need with him is that once he shoots his beams, you need to shoot it at some little ether rock thing. So a little cut here, I found one in my game. It's gonna be anywhere around the map. You just need to shoot it with the beam. And be careful with these things. These freaking Ravengers in the fog, they're aggressive, man. But yeah, just pick up the Horde Husk, I believe it's called, and then get back into Tessie because these guys are crazy. Nerf them. Alright, so at Van Dorn Farm, we got lucky because I wanted to come back to Van Dorn Farm anyway. With that Molotov we picked up, throw it at that foot. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna wait here until A, we get, you know, the bones. B, we need to kill a Ravager at the trap. And C, we just gotta wait till that little mushroom fungus thing grows on the horse, which would be right now. These are all a serum, like a vision serum thing. Loki, I might need that. But seriously, we just gotta wait till a Ravager round now. I got lucky since I found a little rock. But since the Ravager round now, all we need to do is kill a Ravager with the blade trap. We just gotta wait for a second, turn it on once we're ready. And I do recommend to not, finish the whole round. Once you see the eyes pop out, just grab the eyes and leave. So now, what I highly recommend till round 8 is to get the crossbow leveled up to at least tap 1 or 2. Get it, green rarity higher. Of course, like I said before, we're gonna need it as high as possible. We're gonna be killing an Uber Klaus back at Janus Towers. So we can kill him, get this chip that we need to install into Klaus back at the sheriff's office. This guy's kind of tanky if you don't have good weapons, but since we have this amazing, super duper cool freaking crossbow, it's gonna work. Trust me. But yeah, so there's the chip we need to find. Once you grab the chip, go back to Old Tessie, and then go back to Ashwood. Like I said before, I highly recommend do these TED tasks. They can give you free perks, wonder weapons like a ray gun Mark II, ether tools. Like they're amazing. As long as you get gold rarity rating, essentially. For me, I didn't get the best. I got one free perk, but I didn't get too lucky. The best game I've had was the best ones I've had was 2. But here it is. You go back to Ted or Klaus, and you just interact with him, little chip. Within a few seconds, you're gonna have to throw just 2 stun grenades quickly. For some reason in my game, it didn't work too well the first time, but the second time worked. Once you see the little particles around his head, sprint to Tessie. Don't fall down like I did. I don't know if I fell down. Oh, I cut it out. But you need to go to Zaraya. I forgot what it's called. The Cosmodrome. You need to open this door, and then you need to use Klaus to interact with this little panel. He's gonna stomp on it because he's an aura farmer apparently. But when he stomps on it, you need to interact with it again. And there's gonna be not really a lockdown, but it's gonna be more of a hold the location essentially. He's gonna stay in here without zombies getting in. It's easier for standard mode because you can see a little bar that helps you. In cursed mode, you don't see that. Which I will drop a video on the cursed mode version 2. But you need to wait here for 30 seconds maybe. And then once the 30 seconds is up, you will be able to grab this container. Klaus came in clutch here because he, used that super cool thing. But yeah. What you need to do now is bring that container to the other 3 different generator power things. What you need to do is fill up each with those I think it's ether liquid, I don't know. But right now what I highly recommend is getting PhD flopper if you didn't use an ultra gum like Perkaholic or something. PhD would help so much, especially if you're stuck with the crossbow. The crossbow is amazing, but it does do a ton of splash damage. Alright, so like I said, we need to fill these containers. It's not too hard, it's not really defensive. You can kill zombies, you don't have to kill zombies. It really doesn't matter. All you need to do is just wait for this container to finish. And I will only show you the first one, and then I'll cut to the other ones. So this one is timed. You have a minute and some change to get to the next one. See, I kind of dropped it here because you're not supposed to push R3 or whatever it's called. So I had to go back up and pick it up again and get lucky to interact. But what you're supposed to do is with it, you're supposed to go to each Ashwood, then Blackwater Lake, and then Van Dorn Farm. You do the same thing. All you need to do is just put the container inside, like a little generator thing. And once you're done with that, go to Van Dorn Farm. Same thing, but with Van Dorn Farm, it's a bit different. I mean, the little defense thing is the same thing, but you can use the Cosmodrome. Not the Cosmodrome, the little flying thing. You need to see those red spots. You need to see what, I guess, code they are. Each game is the same in same locations, but the bad news is they're all different codes. So you can't just cheat off mine and say, yeah, this is. But yeah, so once you get yours, that's what I like to do, is because while I wait for it to fill up, I see what my little code is. What you need to do with that code is put it in this little box. And it's like a live octopus box thing. You need to match the code with each one. It doesn't matter which way you do it. You can do it anyway. But once you do that, you will unlock the wonder weapon. You can interact with the little eyeball on the back. Mind you, obviously this will take up a spot. Do not put it in your mule kick spot if you have mule kick. I lost it one time when I was playing Curse Tier 3. It was not fun. What you need to do now is just shoot these little green boogers and reload, and you'll collect them basically. Once you collect them, then you get the last one. It's usually just 6. Honestly, it should be jump down to 5 because, you know. But yeah, so for now we're actually doing the Easter egg. What you need to do now is get Wisp Tea and kill a zombie until Wispy spawns. You need to bring Wisp Tea to the Ashwood shop, which has that mirror that damages you if you found that out. But you need to damage a zombie or kill a zombie. The Wisp Tea will go inside, and I wasn't really able to show it too much because the zombies are just on something. But what you need to do now, since the Wisp Tea went inside, or the Wisp went inside the mirror, you need to shoot the mirror with the wonder weapon. It will drop some powder. You pick up the powder, and then that is essentially the main part you would need. So once you have that, go to the Cosmodrome and go inside this room. With this, I highly recommend getting Juggernog, have Toxic Growth, Pack-a-Punch, Crossbow. If you have a ray gun, that'd be amazing too. But I will have a code up because you'll have to interact with the bones, you know, all that. Because the code that you have on your, I guess, whiteboard is all different. It's always different. You need to put the same code in order to, from top to bottom. So what you need to do now is, once you do that, you need to interact with that. So your character's gonna give some blood, I guess. So I kind of messed up here because the zombies just didn't leave me alone. Like, these guys were on my ass the whole time. It was like the whole game. I mean, obviously I'm playing solo, but like, geez, they were like riding. But yes, this one it's hard. It's not too, actually no, it's not too bad. All you need to do is just survive. That's why I use Toxic Growth on a low round, because it'll just kill them instantly. But when you're done, the whole room will fill up with purple gas. You need to kill the zombies to essentially just fill up the container, I guess. Once you do that, you need to find 3 keys. I got lucky with my key in the beginning, so this is right outside the Cosmodrome. So each key will give you a debuff. This debuff, you have to hang out with your melee weapon the whole time. That's not too bad, honestly. I will skim through the other 2 locations because I don't like the fog at all. So the next one is on this little antenna. So you will see your key. It's not too hard to find the key because it glows like yellow. So there's the antenna one, and then the mountain, the little cliff. Again, it's not too hard to see. Obviously you can't see it now because you already got mine. But so what you need to do now with the key is bring it up to that little chamber, little prison seal thing. You interact with it, you give the key essentially to it, and now you need to find 2 more keys. So the next key is the red key. The red key, the debuff, you get super low health. I got lucky here with my key. It's usually there or 2 other locations. For me and I suck to say this, I don't have good vision. My vision's very poor, so it's very hard for me to see the key that blends in with this. It's literally the same color. But so there's going to be a dinosaur head up there. It's very, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to show too much because these guys are just, again, just writing. Nerf them. And then the last one would be behind that car. Again, the one behind the car would be very easy, very visible to see. The two dinosaur heads, you would literally just have to shoot and just hope. So bring it back, and then now we have our last key. It's just the green key. That key makes you super slow, so I highly recommend have old Tessie with you. Shoot it, bring it back, and so there's 3 locations again. So once you get your key, you're gonna be super slow. So what you need to do is grab it, get the old Tessie, and I will show you the other 2 locations very quickly though. That blue container that I slightly glanced at just now is going to be tucked in there behind the door, like directly behind the door. The last location blends in with the environment, but it's going to be near those containers, those bottom containers down there, and I guess near the stairs. You will be able to see it though. You will be able to see that one pretty well. But once you get that key, interact with that little chamber thing, you'll have a cutscene. And now you have the Wonder Waff. Just kidding. The Wonder Waff, you put it on Tessie. Now with this, you actually do the chamber. Not the chamber. The actual Easter egg. So what you need to do now is, with the Wonder Waff, you need to shoot the clock. That big old clock that spawns in. With the Wonder Weapon, you need to shoot it. Shoot the clock. Preferably like, where the numbers are, you can actually see like the actual clock part. But you shoot that, so you need to go back to the Cosmodrome. Mind you, you only get like a minute and a half with this purple thing. Do not shoot zombies with anything. You can melee them, but not shoot them. So there's 4 different tasks. We're doing the first one right now. We're doing the rocket step. Rocket step isn't the worst, but you need to shoot those in 2 antennas. There's 2 antennas you need to shoot. We just did the first one now. The first one, whatever. The second one's a little bit harder, but it's doable. It's not the hardest thing ever. So once you shoot the second one, you will have this code on these TV screens right here. Those TV screens, I will have something up right now to help you kind of decipher. The launch one doesn't work for me sometimes. It's weird for some reason. But if the launch one doesn't work, try, I believe it's rocket or weapons. Try one of those. I don't know if it's a visual glitch or anything. But once you do all your numbers, and mind you, the screens do go pretty quickly, the numbers, so you have to kind of have some reflexes, There will be a flash. You did step right. And what I highly recommend is just sit back, relax, and watch that rocket shoot. Pretty sure it has like an OG Zombies audio, like song in the back. But alright, so if it's the same round, then shoot the clock and go to Van Doren Farm. We're gonna do Van Doren Farm next because it's much easier than the Exit 1151. Well, I wouldn't say it's much easier, it's just less annoying. Alright, I will say this. You do need to shoot the clock every round with the Tessie Wonder Waff. Else it wouldn't work. Alright, for this, since it was 12 o'clock, you need to stand on these Roman numerals. To make it easier, it's nothing crazy. So if you're like barely walking in and you see the skeleton like looking at you, I guess from the front door, behind him will be noon. On the right, essentially, would be 3, 6, etc. So once he completely looks at you and his eyes turn red, you need to shoot him with the Wonder Weapon, the Necrofluid, I believe it's called. You need to find 4 parts, 4 ritual parts, essentially. The first one's going to be on the bed right here. The second one will be in the shed, where the mystery box and armor. Third one will be on the second floor of the barn. And the last one will be in the basement, next to the bathtub. With these, you need to interact with each of these 4 little circle red ritual things. With this, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting Toxic Growth. You will see why. I believe I get Toxic Growth, but I didn't have it, and so I interacted with it. I didn't have Toxic Growth. I failed it, but so this is actually perfect since I failed. What you need to do if you fail one, and you'll know because it'll go red, and the other ones will still be golden yellow. You need to fill it up. It's essentially a soul box. With that soul box, I don't really know how many kills you need. It's like 20, but kill some zombies around it. Once it goes gold again, then interact. But if you have Toxic Growth, put it on the last one, the one nearest from the trap, and the other one furthest from the trap. Essentially, the first one in front of the truck. This will go so much easier if you do that with a Toxic Growth. But when you see a white flash, then you did it correctly. Then you see these little wisps. Not that wisp, but these little soul wisps. And you did it. Perfect. Good job. So next, like I said before, since the round switched, you need to shoot the clock with Tessie. Now, what you need to do is shoot again, get the purple jizz around you. And what you need to do now is go to exit 115. We're going to do the exit 115 now. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't straightforward. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to see lightning around the area. But for me, it didn't work. So I did a little Easter egg to make lightning spawn manually, which is shooting these light posts. But the trick is that they're all in the same location, but they're not in the same order. So it'll be a different order each time, and you shoot it with the lightning, the Wonderwaff lightning. It's nothing crazy. And then once you do that, do it in a fast fashion too. Like I said, you only get 90 seconds, and that's if this happens to you. I don't know how common it is, but then you shoot that little clock. And for this, I'm speedrunning this so you need to buy Klaus. You need to hit this container with Tessie, and then with that, you'll see your little red souls flying out. Those souls will go inside the zombie. You go bring the zombie up to the red lightning. This zombie is yellow, so you bring it up to the yellow lightning. So you bring the red zombie to his, I guess, initial lightning. You need to wait till he kind of like stunned in it. So since he's stunned now, you get this zombie. Since he's up now, bring him to the yellow-orange lightning. So your time, you get like a minute 15 seconds or something like that. Like I said, I have poor vision and yeah. Man, I'm doing terrible right now, to be so honest with you. But the last one, essentially, you need to melee the drawer, and then the soul will go inside the zombie. Oh, there is voiceover. Sorry. But yes, since I didn't have time, I had to flip a few rounds. And so this happened to you. If this happens to you, just flip rounds, get points. Points. Max out your gun, your crossbow, get it. Like I said, I'm saying this a lot, but I'm trying to help you guys out. Crossbow, max rarity. I cannot stress this enough. Alright, so since you got your lightning back, and there's lightning flashing, because you can hear the lightning crashing on the ground, just go near the zombie. Since you already kind of woke her up before, she, I guess, is sleeping. She's just waiting. But just do the same thing with the last two. Bring her to this lightning, and that's about it. It looks like all the zombies are slow too, but all you need to do is just bring the zombie to the lightning. The zombie needs to either like kind of run into it or get stunned by it, and then now when you know you're done is when you'll see the little wisp thing, I believe they're souls, like the entity was saying in Ashes of the Damned, like the souls are like escaping or something, like finally being set free. But so for the last one, the cabin one has to be last. Unfortunately, I would do the cabin one first as like the easiest one. But so we need to do the cabin. The cabin, it's easy. It's very easy. You need to interact with this little soul thing, spirit, and then what you need to do is go inside the theater room. With the theater room, you need to shoot the projector. Right now, you don't see anything; it's a little blurred. But these pictures, they're all pictures of where the reels are gonna be. a lot of them is outside. There's one that's gonna be outside, but it's actually inside. So mine was shed, I believe backyard, dock, and then front. So I have the shed here. That's the reel for the shed. And then you run to the backyard. The backyard is literally just behind these stairs. Right there. And then dock. Dock was always kind of hard for me to see, but it's literally just sitting right there. And then the front. And this is the tricky one because it says, like, it looks like it's the front yard. Like, oh, it's probably outside, but no, this one's just chilling inside. Alright, and that's done. What you need to do now is buy Klaus. And then once he spawns in, you need to make him, I guess, go like what you did before. Kind of command him to go somewhere. You command him to go in front of his little spirit box thing. So once you command him to go, he will pick up this little conch, this little, like, you know, like on TikTok, they have like that screaming whistle. It's like that. Actually, it literally is that. So he grabs that. So what I 100% recommend now, because what he will be doing is interacting, or he'll just be standing there. Do not interact with them. What I 100% recommend now is get set up completely, self-revive if you downed, or if you're playing quads, Casimir grenades, Ether Shroud, max out guns, get the ray gun, pack a bunch of one at least. You don't really need the necro fluid gauntlet, just because I have never used it in my games for the Easter egg, the boss fight. So alright, max out launcher, max out ray, just pack a bunch of one ray gun. It's really just depends on what round you're on, because you're only gonna be really using the ray gun just in case you go down and you need to use your quick revive, like self revive thing essentially. Because there's an augment where you can just do enough damage while you're down. You keep all your perks. But honestly, you probably won't even need this. Just follow my guide on the boss fight. It'll be completely fine. You will be fine. And then I messed up there. But yes, please. Gold rarity crossbow. The crossbow has to have the 3 attachment grenade launcher too. I mean, honestly, I really hope everybody already knew that, because, yeah. The optic doesn't really matter. I just put it on so I can have a filler attachment. Other than that, I wish you luck. You will do fine. Just follow the guide. So there's going to be 3 main steps. Or... yeah. I mean, I guess phases. There we go. There'll be 3 main phases. The phases will essentially just have... the first one just going to be him just attacking. He will have this little laser, like... it's not heat-seeking, really. But you'll see. There's going to be little targets on the ground. Avoid those at all costs. If you get hit head-on, it does a lot of damage, especially to Tessie. And it brings you, like, basically 1 hit. Alright, now we're getting the boss fight. This, like I said, this is a voiceover. This is my first one. So don't hate me because you hate me. And move around, just in case. There is a little glitch that kind of allows, or doesn't allow you to move around. Alright, but here you go. So what I like to do is, literally as soon as I get in the truck, just ram into it. Because sometimes, if you get lucky, you can expose a weak spot. So now, you see those red circles. Avoid those at all costs. If you avoid those, the more you avoid those, the less damage you'll take, and the more you'll survive, 100%. Do not smash the gas the whole time. The gas will, just don't keep driving forward. It will kill you. Because what'll happen, this happened to me a lot, just like that. You drive forward as much as you can, and you'll just swerve out of control. So like what I'm doing now, so if you hit him in the mouth or something like that, he will kind of expose a red spot. What I highly recommend doing is, if once you're free and you know there's not going to be any red spots spawning around you, jump out, spam the crossbow into his red spot because that's the weak spot. And you should go to the phase, I believe it's like phase 2. So right now we're in phase 2. He's this little defense spinning thing. What you need to do is either wait or hit him while he's in defense. Once you hit him, there is going to be this little purple beam, essentially. You'll see it fly out right now. There it is. So that beam, you need to grab it. Once you grab it, he will go to the middle. What you need to do is bash into him. When you bash into him, he'll kind of fly, go to the top, throw a Casimir. So get out, throw a Casimir, and spam that gold area, that yellow area. That's the best weak spot that you can get. Once you do that, get back in the car as fast as possible. Once he kind of like flies around, once you shoot him with the crossbow a few times, sprint back to your car because it won't be too good. So here, just remember, just take it slow. Just take it slow. Trust me, take it slow. Bash into when you get a chance. You see any red spots and you know you're open, jump out, throw a Casimir, spray into the red spot, and you should be fine. Just know you go down, you either have the wisp that can revive you, just depending on your augments. I'm sorry I didn't mention augments earlier. I'm genuinely sorry, because some of you guys probably jumped in without actually doing augments, or you probably did augments and you guys just can't find the best, most amazing thing ever, guide. So do not do what I did here. I thought I can shoot him with the crossbow. I shot him a few times, but look how low I got. He was shooting his freaking missiles, and I just decided, alright, let me jump out. He grabbed the car. That's why I'm saying to not jump out. I got lucky here, and I got a few shots off, because he's kind of stood still. But don't do what I do. That wasn't smart. He broke my car. I had to fix it. And here's another thing. When he breaks your car and you need to fix it, if you do not have Ether Shroud, one, what are you doing? And two, your best option is to hide behind the car away, like, I guess, facing him, to where he won't attack you. He'll kind of hit the car. And yeah. Alright, so now we're doing this again. This step again. So essentially, we completed phase 2. What we need to do now is same thing. Bash into him with the yellow beam. I kind of screwed up here. I tried getting it, but I believe it broke. Oh no, I believe it's the next try. But the car isn't perfect. But we get it. For some reason, it doesn't work. I think you probably have to hit him twice. For me, it was usually just once, but it's fine. Here it is. This is where the car breaks. So yes, throw a Casimir, and it cuts. So yeah, throw a Casimir, see that yellow spot, shoot it as much as you can. Alright, so now he did that. He did his little spinning thing. So this is phase 3. This is where everybody fails, including me. I failed here multiple times. Do not get me wrong, I'm not perfect. He's gonna do some charge up attack. That's what it is. What you need to do is when you get the chance, charge into him as much as you can. You do not let him finish his charge up. When he finishes his charge up, it's not good because he will shoot you with the laser. When he like shoots at you with the laser, your best option is to get away. If he's not hitting you yet and the laser's out, speed boost. Once he's near you, if you speed boost, he will hit you just for a little bit, but it won't destroy your car. Because he will destroy your car if he's completely on you, and it'll probably down you. Just like there. Oh, yep, and that's what I'm saying. But I got lucky he didn't destroy my car, but yes, the car was not supposed to turn over like that, and it did. But if you guys made it this far, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. Just keep bashing into him. You know when he's almost done, when he goes back into his little spinny attack thing. But for now, just keep bashing into him. Keep bashing into him. When he's about to do his charge up fucking laser attack, just like that, you probably destroyed the car there. Yep. I don't think I had any Casimir, so I had to use my Ether Shroud, which is completely fine. kind of save your ether shroud as a last resort, kind of a last ditch effort. But like I said, you'll be fine. I didn't even go down once, and this is probably the only one I probably haven't gone down once in. That I couldn't do. I believe he shot his laser, I think. So the homing missile things, I'm pretty sure in his second, third phase, they come much faster. So when you get the chance, use your boost, but on the right time. So don't be like me and use the boost as soon as I can, because there's a good chance the car will swerve. I don't want that to happen to you guys. Just keep going. Just keep going. If you see a red spot, if you're good, if you're open. I got lucky here and he went to his spinning attack thing. If you're good, like if it's anything like that, do not jump out. You'll damage yourself, probably die, and the car get destroyed instantly. I promise you. I forgot to mention earlier, these purple pillar things, they don't have a lot of health or a lot of time to survive or just sit. So you need to pick up as soon as possible. I missed right here. But once you get a chance, drive into him, and then there you go. Shoot your crossbow, and you just beat probably the hardest boss fight in Call of Duty Zombies history. Good job. Okay, so this is it. You can watch the cutscene. You unlocked Dempsey's. I mean, he's back to him, not consumed. So you can either A, go to setting, or not settings, but go to the lobby or continue. I want to show you this, honestly, because if this is your first time, then you earned it for sure. There's this little rune, little shrine thing. You don't have to do it anymore. They changed it to where you don't have to interact with it, but it's pretty cool. When you interact with it the first time, you earned it for sure, 100%. You'll see it right now, but yes, this is all the loot you get. It's pretty cool. This will kind of only be helpful if you want to go for high rounds, I guess, but I wouldn't really want to go high rounds if you just beat the Easter egg. But I'm just getting all this loot here. I totally thought I edited this part out, but I guess not. But yeah, I guess I'll just take this time now, because like I said, I'm just voiceovering, and I'm tired. That's why I'm screwing up all my words. Thanks for watching. I highly appreciate it if you tuned in, watched the video. It doesn't have to be start to finish. I would highly recommend just watching the boss fight over and over, kind of just to know what you're doing. But there it is, that little rock thing. Like I said, because you need to beat the boss fight to get relics. And hey, if you guys need help with relics, don't get me wrong, I will 100% help you. Hit me up in the comments, and I'll let you know. Thank you for watching.